Hey everyone, welcome to our first round coverage of the Memorial Championship presented by Discraft. Thank you so much to the Disc Golf Pro Tour for allowing us to be out there and film and making all of this happen. We've got quite a card for you guys today.
Yes, there were a few feature cards round one, but I think we got the best one for
This
sure.
is the feature card, at least as far as flair goes.
Yes, 1,000% most fun card of the weekend.
That's right. So on the mic, you got myself, Robert McCall. I was out walking with these guys and watching this in person. And then you've got Anthony Vandenheuvel, who was on one of the cameras as well. Mm-hmm. So let's do it.
Let's get into this thing. So on our card, we've got Zach Melton, AJ Risley, Eric Oakley, and the Discraft sponsored player is Brian Earhart. Most people probably don't know him yet, but
You will.
by the end of this, I think people will, yeah.
Brian is super duper good, dude.
Yes.
I like him a lot. And he fits right in with the personalities on this card, too.
1,000%.
So hole one here at Fountain Hills, 393, water carry all but the last 3% of the flight.
Yeah.
This is one of the only holes that played over par all weekend. There was only, I think, 4 of those.
AJ going with a Fusion Burst Enforcer. And as far as drives go, it's not on the pin, but that's as perfect as you can get for this hole.
Yep, so he just circled out of bounds and then circled back inbounds. He's right on the edge of the circle. That's a great tee shot. This is such a scary hole.
Oh,
the
yeah.
distance isn't the hard part. It's just the mental picture of all this water in front of you.
If you're any bit short, it's OB. And like AJ, if you're sliding in on a hyzer angle,
Right.
there's a really good chance because of the slope of the ground, that's rolling OB too.
Yeah. That's even worse for the lefty, I feel like, because they've got to hang even more water. Yet righties can play really safe if they want to, but we got Zach and Brian, both lefties, both having to just kind of attack that big hyzer and trust their disc to come back and bounce. That's a great shot.
Yeah. Anything safe on this. If you have a putt, awesome. If not, a 3 isn't going to lose a ton of strokes.
Yeah, 3's just fine. That was a little unlucky roll for Brian. That was a pretty good tee shot that landed in the circle and kind of rolled up the hill.
Eric going, I believe this is a Lucid Enforcer.
Yeah, I would not be surprised.
You can tell by the way that it's a disc in Eric's bag. It's probably an Enforcer or a Felon.
That it's a distance driver that he bags.
Yes.
Decent chance.
So a little bit of tournament arm there, it looked like. Kind of went, maybe he was just playing it super safe, but caught this tree.
I think that's the play. You don't really want to play to park this because it's so easy to roll in the water.
Yeah.
And as you can see, even these layups aren't super easy. We've seen a lot of people try to lay up and roll into the water right there.
Yeah.
And this water is just nasty.
It's gross.
Yeah.
Can you call it water?
Yeah.
There is water
Officially, the
in
chemical
there.
makeup should make it something different than water. Ooh.
Zach was running that one.
Yeah, that's a bold putt. When you're feeling good, might as well.
Start the tournament strong.
Dude, I love that. He let that
Speaking
putt go and he said, "Oh yeah," and started walking towards it. He knew.
There is not a single person in the entire world.
Official handshake.
Yes, of course.
Congratulations.
There is nobody who gets more excited about Circle's edge putts than AJ.
I'm gonna agree with that. He and Brian Shintaku and myself played a game where we practiced running down circle 2 putts just to be ready for when it happens during a tournament.
Now, Circle 2, are we talking 35-foot Circle 2
Yeah,
or like
or
65?
Yes, we did all of it. Look at this.
In the whole way. A little bit of a flex there. AJ with the solo bird. That's a really good birdie.
That's a good birdie. Definitely a good one to get started. Moving on to hole 2, this is one of the other holes that plays over par, coming in at 4.33 average for the week. This is one where the players are going to either throw this low hyzer underneath the trees, like I think we're going to see AJ and Eric do, or we'll see Zach and Brian take the big lefty hyzer. That's the safe play. Second shot to the pin. Kind of plays into a sloped green, moving toward the water. And that's a good shot for AJ right there.
I did also see, I forget who it was, but someone took a big hyzer up and over the trees.
You can't do that.
Super spike just to get past the trees.
Yeah.
And then really attack on your second shot.
Yeah, if you've got the power, that's a good play. That's a little inside from what Zach wanted, but I don't think he'll have a problem here.
Nope. Safe is safe.
It's going to mess with his run-up some, but not bad.
Brian hanging a little bit wider.
Yeah, that's the play
the
for the
ideal.
lefty. They've kind of got a relatively stress-free shot because there's just so much fairway.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, so Eric's going to take the forehand. I forgot about that. Really confident in his forehand. You can tell he's been working on it a lot.
Just a little bit tight.
Maybe he should have worked on it slightly
Maybe
more.
a little bit more work.
Before that tee shot.
So it did come down. The 2-meter rule is in effect, so it's good that it did come down. Otherwise, that would have been another stroke.
Yeah.
Looks like he's taking that same disc.
Yeah, once you hit those trees, 3 is 100% out of the question. You just want to throw up where he did, toss up by the basket, get out of there with your 4. 4 is totally fine here. In fact, 44% of the field took 4s on this hole. We had 22% birdies, but then 34% bogey or worse.
Zach going with, I think that's one of his felons, it looked like?
I think so, yeah.
Putting it right about circle's edge.
Yeah, he told me after the first hole he's not missing another step putt, so
All right.
we'll see. That's what he said.
Hey, don't doubt the man.
Brian with the,
Super smash sidearm.
yeah, that's well played.
That's super well played.
Yeah, that's Park City, Utah. Population,
Well-
Brian Earhart.
Arizona.
Well, yeah, Park City, Arizona.
Yeah.
Utah. So we got AJ Risley here. That's a fusion criminal. He he said, "Hey Brian, can I join you?" In Park City, Utah, Arizona.
Yeah.
Wait, Park City, Arizona, Utah. Let's get it right.
Yeah.
If we're gonna make up cities, let's at least get it right.
Accurately make up the city.
This is a justice from Eric.
I think he wanted that a little wider.
Yeah, and anything that catches that slope is going to do that. Toward the water. He's lucky to be safe, honestly. That's a...
Barely.
Yeah.
Barely safe.
These... the grass is so short here that it... every disc can roll away toward the water.
And everything is sloped.
Yep.
Towards the water.
Yep.
Well,
He was not lying.
he has not missed a step.
Got a little raise the roof. I know that Shay, my wife, would be proud of that one. She raises the roof
And
often.
he chest bumps the basket.
Yeah. Then he just does a little galloping. Standard, just standard Zach stuff.
Zach is a clown, dude.
Yeah, super clown.
Eric from probably circle's edge uphill.
That's a good putt.
Super solid putt. A really nice par save there from him after that drive.
Yeah, he'll take that. And with that rollaway, that's good all day.
OB.
Brian taking the easy 3. Here's AJ from, what is this, 15, 20, something like that?
Thereabout, yeah.
I don't know if that's a lack of focus or just maybe a high release, but
Yeah, I wonder if maybe the water behind got in his head a little bit.
yeah, that's never a putt you're thinking water though, really. You know, like
Yeah.
I don't know. Not sure what happened there for AJ. Hopefully he can bounce back from that, but par's still not bad to tell you the truth.
No.
So moving on to hole 3. Now we get into the stretch of the course where you can start to collect some birdies. There's not a whole ton of trouble in the next few holes. Hole 3 played as the 15th hardest hole in the course, so 4th easiest. 60% of the MPO field birdied this hole.
Yeah, this is when where all 4 of these guys are probably walking up to it thinking,
Yeah.
I'm birdieing this. every time.
I need to have this one 100% guaranteed.
Just under 300 feet, a little bit uphill, but it plays maybe 315.
Tops.
Basically a routine hyzer for all of these guys.
Right. So I think that was a criminal for Zach, and this is a Buzz OS for Brian Earhart. He leaned on it.
Gosh.
Oh, okay. Just
Is that good?
yeah. After he threw that, he turned around, and I wish you could have seen it. He told the guys what was up. He gave him the face.
He knew.
Yeah, he knew the deal. Criminal from AJ here. Also hitting.
Okay. So apparently once somebody hits the pillar,
Then
everyone
yeah,
has
it's
to.
open season.
That's just the rules.
Lucidex felon for Oakley here. Smoothing out a forehand. Zach says perfect shot.
Little deep.
The actually just past that circle's edge right there is out of bounds. So
Yeah.
they tighten this green quite a bit. So this is going to be just inside 30 feet for Oakley.
And just
Easy.
inside the chains.
Game's easy.
No big deal. Zach, not step putting, but still converting.
Right. Yes, correct. We see those guys tap out for birdie in the bottom of the screen there, and Brian Earhart waving to all the
Waving to
fans.
the crowd.
There was like 5 of us following the card.
Man, after a star frame like that,
Yeah.
you got to take your moment there.
Definitely. Speaking of those competition shorts, I have a pair of those on right now. I do not. There's snow outside, but I did in
During the
Arizona.
filming,
But
yes.
100% I was wearing some there. Here's the
So yeah, before the round they agreed, any star frames, 4-way chest bump on the next tee pad.
4-way chest bump. That's right. Pretty good use of time, I think.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Zach, I believe that's a defender.
This is a getaway,
Okay.
bio getaway, and he's trying to flip that up just a little bit more.
Good little electrical box there.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was going to quite reach out of bounds, but if it did, there's not much of a putt over there. So that's a favorable spot. Brian with a dude, I can't imagine throwing a forehand as far as these guys are.
Also, I was talking with Seth Muncy of Disc Golf Strong, who's done a lot of work with Brian in the offseason. He said at the end of last year, Brian had such a bad shoulder injury that to throw a drive, he had to use his right arm to hold his left arm and then just fling it.
No.
So, what kind of offseason work did you put in?
I went to the gym a couple of times. Is that good?
Nice. Yeah.
Sweet. I think it's pretty much the same.
It's definitely the same. Yeah.
Good on Brian, and definitely a plug for Seth Muncy of Disc Golf Strong. He's doing a lot of good stuff with our players.
And by the way, while we were talking, AJ just super parked this.
Yeah, 100% porked.
Pork.
Yeah. Here's basically an unrunnable putt for Brian. I mean,
Yeah.
you can run it, but
It's
branches in the way. Yeah, and if you miss at all, 100% you're in the
You're
street.
OB.
You're putting for 4.
Yeah.
This is a runnable putt for Eric. He doesn't want to hyzer it out, but he's on the good side of the basket to do it. And that's fine. That was almost not fine.
A very confident fine.
Yeah. There's a stepper for Zach. He lied right to me.
Wow. 3 holes ago.
Yeah.
Not even half an hour.
AJ with the
Super
old
good
park
birdie
job.
there. There's more than 5 people in that gallery.
Yeah, okay.
There's at least 15.
Yeah. I also think the clapping for Brian was like a sarcastic clapping, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Yeah. So
You rock.
he was showing him who
dude.
was boss. I liked it.
Zach with a little shoulder shimmy there
Yeah.
after the lied step putt miss.
So moving on to hole 5 here. Hole 5 is actually I guess one of the tougher par 3s on the course in the grand scheme of things. It's about in the middle of the pack, the 8th toughest hole on the course. 31% of the field takes birdie here, 51% takes par. There is OB right, OB long, and OB left.
Yeah.
And in order to get there, you just really have to throw straight.
Yeah. Oh, AJ, I think it's flipping too much on him there. You said there's OB right and OB long, and that's true, but it is very close.
Yes.
Within 10 feet of the basket.
Yeah. I say long like it's way past the basket. No, yeah, it's very, very close to the basket.
It's 355 to the basket and about 360 to the OB.
Yep. The lefties have a good line here with this big hyzer. That's pretty solid. I think Zach said like something went wrong, but that looks pretty good to me.
Yeah, I think it was a little tight out of his hand. I
Yeah.
think he was expecting some more skip, but it worked.
Brian doesn't care about the big backhand hyzer. He takes forehand hyzer. A little bit short, but
Yeah,
he's
it's
still
tough to
putting.
tell if that caught the electrical box at all.
And when we practiced, I was thinking Eric might be trying to do too much here because it's a pretty long forehand shot, but he did quite well except for the last
Except for the last
2%. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the next round he corrected, put it out left, and he was in a good spot, but just a little bit of a tight release there.
There it is. Hit him with the first down.
Yeah. AJ.
Brian just kind of doinked his there.
You know AJ's always celebrating the rundown putts, and we even put a game together to make sure they practice, so you know that was practiced. He's ready.
Everyone else cleaning up their
Yeah, pars
basic tap in.
all around. That's exactly right.
Man, AJ loves himself some AJ putts.
Right. Actually, Melton birdied that. He super parked it.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
So AJ and Melton taking the birdies. So hole 6 here. Up and over these trees onto a hill. If you catch anywhere on the right side of the basket, you're in the road.
Yeah, this hole is nasty. The right side of the basket isn't OB.
There
but
it goes.
Yeah, gone. And there it is. Later, dude.
Yep.
I think that was like a harp or some sort of a mid-range.
Right.
AJ catching a little early cabbage there.
Yeah,
it's
and that's
safe, but
that's layup
not,
zone there.
Yeah.
The drop off from the right side of the basket is maybe 10 feet right, and if you catch that, you're guaranteed in the street.
You're super gone.
So Earhart's taking the lefty forehand, which is mimicking the righty hyzer. Looked like he caught that short tree. Gone.
And just nothing.
Yep.
Look at that. Across the street.
Yeah. This is one that you really do have to land left to feel good about.
And even that isn't easy because the left side does slope. It's just not nearly as extreme of a slope down.
So Oakley takes forehand to the fat part of the green, and that's a great play. More of a stall forehand, too. Not really a hyzer.
Yeah.
Just kind of like a flat, straight shot.
I wonder if that's more the play with a little bit softer of a landing.
Right.
Less likely to roll.
Well, that's a Lucidex felon that he was using right there. Ooh, that's a good look from Brian. That basket is so far above your head, it's hard to get the disc even close.
You can see the line there. It's just outside the circle to the road, but it's like a 50-foot putt. It's so uphill, 50, 60 feet of power easily.
So two tough ones from the road there. You don't see that one made a whole lot. But yeah, Oakley throwing that Lucidex felon, that's something that he can throw flat, kind of on that stall with the nose up a little bit, and just trust it to go back to the right for him.
Yeah.
Easy birdie.
Really nice birdie there. Picks up a stroke on AJ and then 2 on the rest of the card. And you got to think a stroke or 2 on a lot of the field.
Yeah, this is one that you want a birdie for sure, but we see lots of 3s. We see some 4s.
Yeah, you can throw the
It's pretty
perfect
interesting.
drive
Yeah.
and just get absolutely punished with a 4.
Yeah, definitely.
So moving into hole 7, another one that you would think, looking at the distance, got to be a gimme birdie, but it's not. There's OB short, there's OB left, there's OB long, 210 feet. You'd think just standard putter shot,
Right.
but it requires all of the touch.
Yeah, definitely. 6 of the par 3s on the course played easier than this one this week, just to give you an idea of how difficult it is in comparison. That's a pretty unlucky kick for Oakley there. He's trying to play that straight and low to the right side, and then if he has a 30-footer, he'll take it. If not, easy layup, but just leaves it a bit high.
AJ going slammer, a little more overstable.
The slammer, and that's a good spot. And like we were talking about, since this grass is so short, if it catches any sort of edge or doesn't land mostly flat, it's gone. Like here, check this out. Like good tee shot lands by the basket. Oh,
gone.
Later.
And that was almost stopped, too, next to the basket, and still had the energy to roll OB.
Oh, that's way OB. Sit.
Out of his hand. Oh, that's way OB. And he's right.
Yeah. So that's just going to be a layup for Oakley there, and then Melton and Earhart are going to have decently close circle 1 putts to save their par 3 here. Melton just hangs up on him. He said, "Oh, nice,
nice."
AJ for
AJ
his 2.
got this for his 2. Couple
Yes,
ducks
sir.
in the background. Couple birdies in the water.
Yeah,
Birdie in the basket.
Yo, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like a birdie in
'Cause like
golf.
birdies.
You know what I'm saying? Brian's gonna save his 3 there. That's well done.
Zach with the super unfortunate 4.
Yeah, a little dunk there. Oh, we got
Couple
some doggos
little,
up in
little
here.
spectators
sweet hats on.
hanging out.
So AJ's off to a good start here. He's 4 under. Everyone else, not their best start. 1 unders across the board. Lots of golf left. Hole 8. This is one of the only par 4s on the course. There are 2 of them. And this one is also played to a peninsula green, kind of like the one we just saw, but a little bit wider peninsula. The play for the righty is to just smash it in between these trees as far up there as you can. Or you can take a huge hyzer out and around the trees, but that's like 500, 550 feet of power to do that.
Yeah.
AJ's taking the up the middle gap.
Just
He comes
into the
down.
tree,
yeah,
yeah.
and that's okay, but he's going to have to throw up over that hill to get to the peninsula, so it's basically a blind shot.
yeah, that's not ideal.
And that's crushed.
Yeah. This is a really nice hole to be a lefty on. You got to carry over the water, but if you do that, there is no chance of you ever going OB.
Right. I don't remember what Brian threw there, if it was a force or
I believe that was a Kong.
Kong. Okay, yeah. He crushed it. And this is also crushed. This is a Lucid Enforcer from Oakley. Oh,
Look
my goodness.
at how far that is.
Oh, my goodness.
And the roll.
Come on, dude.
Get out of here.
Come on, dude. That is, that's super crushed.
It's good.
This is a Ballista Pro for Zach here. Same thing as Brian. Just crank it out there. Let it do some work.
Just get up the fairway.
And that's really good. All right, so blind shot onto the peninsula here. This is a Warden for AJ. Oh, and even with a branch in his face, I didn't know that.
Yeah. But
Like,
guess what?
come on. If you haven't stood on that spot before, you don't understand how difficult that was, but he can't see where he's throwing. He can just see a hill.
I was standing right behind him, and I saw him throw it, and I was like, that never has a chance.
Nope, this is it.
in
It's
the water.
The round's over.
Yeah. And then we get up there, and he's like all excited, super pumped.
Bro.
Oh, because he put it to 10 feet.
Yeah, I was standing kind of where Brian and Zach's drives landed, and that's an incredible shot. We got kind of standard ups from the other guys here. Brian's came in a little bit short on the lefty forehand, so this is putt for birdie 3.
Can we just point out the fact that, not that. Oakley just jump putted his second shot on a par 4.
It's a good drive.
It's good. So Oakley cleaning up his birdie.
Later. You'll never have that back. He gone.
No fun on this card at all.
0 fun. Yeah, that's a good 3 birdies right there. That's I think it's one of the more difficult approaches on the course, but there are plenty of peninsula approaches like that. So Brian taking the only par. We've got 3 birdies. Moving on to hole 9. This is the most difficult hole relative to par on the course. 406 feet. Another peninsula. Obviously short grass, running away to the water. On UDisc here, the birdie bar is so small you can't tell what percentage got birdies.
Almost none.
I see par 59%, bogey 30%, birdie you can't see.
Yeah.
So a few people did, not a lot.
The shape of this hole is really similar to hole 8.
Yeah.
You're throwing a really similar line, but it is like 160 feet or so shorter.
Right.
And it is just in that, OB for Eric there, but it is just in that range of like, you could maybe get it there.
Right.
But if you're off at all.
Yeah. And you actually have to hang it a little tighter than you think.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell Zach hung it a little tight. He's going to come in short and be thrown from the other side. Oakley's hit the gunite. I'm pointing over there as if I know something.
Just saying, hey, heads
It's
up.
over there. If you
That's a
want to
good
play
line.
safe, the safe play is there. You can just kind of do what AJ and Brian did. Don't really push it really tight. Just kind of throw something straight that's going to finish left a bit.
Mm-hmm. If you play this hole for 3, you can 3 it every time.
I don't know about every time, but there's a good chance at
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Yes. It's a very reliable 3.
Yes.
The 2 is super difficult.
Right. And that's a pretty unlucky skip for Zach there, landing a little short of the basket. That just skipped right down toward the water.
It did stay safe, though. AJ with a little patent pending.
Yeah, nice touch for AJ there. Now, I want to say about the conditions on the course, it's almost – he's like, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I know.
Correct. Scoring conditions were basically perfect today.
Yeah.
Almost no wind other than when the fountain's on. When the fountain's on, maybe Zach.
Oh, Zachary.
When the fountain's on, 5 to 10 miles an hour. But otherwise, really, really good scoring conditions. Brian is putting with a banger GT there. You can tell by the little thumb groove on the top. And makes good on his 3. Zach not too pleased, taking a 4. Other guys. That'll be a back 9.
AJ sending us to the back 9.
Yeah, that'll be a 3 for AJ, 4 for Oakley. So moving into the back 9, we see AJ playing pretty good here. He's 5 under par. Zach, Brian, and Eric not having their best days, but they've got some good birdie opportunities on the back here.
Definitely some super attackable holes on the back 9. without question, for sure. I feel like that's the easier 9 to attack.
Yeah, I think so. Thank you guys so much for joining us for the front 9 of the Memorial. We will be headed to the back 9 right now, so join us there.
Yeah.